my name's Corinna and welcome back to my channel, Inspiring Life Design. Today I am going to be showing you a sneak peek preview of the Mindmint 2.0 software that you get as a bonus when you invest in the Knowledge Broker Blueprint course by Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi and Russell Brunson. Last year, I first got involved with the KBB course, as we call it for short, and I completed the whole thing and used the Mindmint software in its first iteration. This year, they've just relaunched the course with some extra sections and also a brand new version of the software. So it's quite exciting to see what has changed, what new functionality there is. I've already had a little glance and I can see that it's a lot more flexible than it used to be. So a big thumbs up on that front. So I'm going to do a screen share. I'm just going to get the software open now so that I can show you around. So here I am inside the Mindmint software. You can see down the left-hand side, we've got this menu bar, and the page that you see in front of you right now is kind of like the home page. And this page here lists any events that you've created in the past. So when you first get the Mindmint software, this page is pretty much blank. There might be a demo sort of event on there, but it's pretty much not got all of these. These are just some of the events that I've set up and played around with in the past in the software. So first of all, I'm going to talk you through the left-hand menu. So you can see that we have users. In there, this is where you can set up anybody who can actually use the Mindmint software. You've got contacts. This is just for you to store your business contacts and their email addresses so that you can easily get in touch with them via the software. And also it gives you the option to be able to download a CSV file of those. There's a notification section. So as you create events in the software, it's got this whole notification system built in where it will trigger you to get certain things done by dates that work back from the date of your event. So say you set an event in July and you've got to do all of the prep work for it, you may start getting reminders from, say, a couple of months before in the June or May time. And this is where you'll see them and you can clear them in here as well. You've also got a section called Expert. So if you decide to work with anybody to present your events, perhaps you're being a knowledge broker for them, so you're creating the events, a workshop or a mastermind event, but you want them to come along and speak at it, you can keep their details in here and they can also access the software and make changes to it if they want to. You've got an analytics section. Again, in here you can come and have a look and see your sales breakdown. You've got the option to choose the time period that you want to look at that over, and you can also filter it by the event. Okay. And then this is new for the 2.0 software. You now have the ability to be able to add your own domain, whereas before it would just be a Mindmint domain that your funnels, your websites would generate into. So that's quite nice, the ability to add your own domain. Moving on to payments. So this is when you use the software to create your website pages, or even you can use this for offline payments, not necessarily coming in through a website. You need to be able to connect some payment software so that you can actually take payments. You can see here that I have previously connected Stripe to be able to take payments, but if I click on this plus here, there's a new option now and you can actually select PayPal as an alternative payment method. So that's a big thumbs up from me. It's really nice. I don't want to delete a payment account. How do I get out of this? It's really nice to be able to have the flexibility to allow payment by Stripe or PayPal. Finally, down this menu, we've got the settings section where you can put in bio information and you can check your account status. If I go back up to events, you can you can see all of my events there, but what I'm going to do now is walk you through an event creation. So if I click the plus here, this is basically how the key functionality of the Mindmint software works. So you start off, you've got the Format tab, and in here you're going to choose the absolute fundamentals of your event that you're creating. So either it would be an online video conference or an in-person event. So I'm going to select video conference, and then you've got options to be able to choose the duration of the event. So for example, you could choose a full day, a custom agenda, a half day. The one limitation is the smallest you can go is 4 hours for an agenda event. In the custom agenda, you'll see that I can't actually make it go less than a day. So that's for if you want to do more than 1 day. So I'm going to go ahead and select the half day duration and click next. And then we move into expert information. You have to have at least one expert assigned to an event in Mindmint in order for you to move on and continue with the rest of the setup. So I always just use myself for that and click next. This moves us onto the details tab. In here you can put your event name. So maybe I would create an event called Mindmint Software Workshop. I can set a date for it, so I can use the little drop down here. Let's say I want to run that on, it's already defaulted to June, so it's assuming that you're planning a little bit in advance. That's to give you enough time to be able to fill in what it anticipates will be the checklist before your event. But excuse me, you don't have to go that far in advance if you don't want to. You can go back and pick an earlier date. So let's say I want to do something for the 28th of March. If I want to, I can pop an event description in there and then click next. Okay, this next page is quite an exciting page. In here, you select your goals for the event in terms of how many people you'd like, ideally, to have attend your event and the price per seat that you're charging. And once you put that information in, it's going to give you the total amount of revenue that you could potentially make. New to the Mindmint 2.0 is the ability to select your currency. So me being British, I'm going to select this for pound sterling. I'm going to say that I want 15 people and I'm going to make my price per seat £20. That gives me a revenue target of £300. And then I'm going to click create my event. On the next page, we're now on the share tab. You get this Mindmint event poster. Now this really, the purpose of this is if you are running your event in conjunction with another expert or another person and you just want to send them the basic details of what the event is about and the kind of, actually this agenda hasn't been updated yet, so you probably wouldn't necessarily want to send it yet, but it's got some key information. The purpose of this poster isn't really to necessarily advertise at this point anyway to other people, i.e. your prospective customers. So at this point I would then click go to event, and this is going to take you into the rest of the event setup. So you can see here we've now got the basic details. We've got me as the expert, the date it's going to run, it's £20 a seat, it's a half-day video conference, and there's 15 seats available. If I now, well, you can see now that there is a new menu bar here and you've got various options that you can work through. Now, it is recommended that actually one of the first things you do is go to survey, because this extracts wisdom to allow you, either you as the expert or whoever your expert is, to pull out and extract the things that they want to teach for your event. So you would just click take survey, and then you can see that there's lots of steps to work through that you can just fill out. to really help guide you into what it is that you will be teaching, stories you can use, and then work your way through. I'm not going to go through and fill the survey in now, but it is quite a handy tool to really get you prepared and ready for being able to create the rest of your event. So it's recommended that you do that quite early on in the event process. So if I then go to attendees in here, as you make sales, you'll be able to see the names pop up in here and how much money you've received. In the event builder, now this is quite a key part of the Mindmint software, because this is where all of your to-do lists and your reminders are, and you can create your own. You can see here, so it's already taken me to stage 2 draft because we did the creation. That's what I've just walked you through already. So in this stage 2 draft, you can see that there's some to-do items that are pre-populated for you based on what the experts, Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, have worked together to put this software together. And these are the things that they recommend you do in this order to get ready for your event. But you can add a new task if you want to. Okay, and as you work through, you can check things off to say that they're done, and then it will put a nice line through it, and also it keeps a tally up here of things that are complete, what's incomplete, and anything that's overdue. So if it's gone past the recommended date that you should have done this by. Now I would say this is a great tool, it's a great reminder, but don't get too hung up on the dates that are there. If you're running a really small event that's in a couple of weeks' time, the dates in here are probably going to be a little bit out for you. They're going to be a little bit too far in advance. So that's really not anything to worry about. But using the checklist to see exactly what is recommended you do is quite a good idea. And you can just move through the stages. So you've got the draft stage, then you move into promotion of your event, then into the actual planning of your events. You've got the agenda, etc., and then actually going live with it. So you've got all these different sections there, very similar with to-dos in each section. So I'm going to move on to the agenda building now, which is this tab up here. So here, so obviously I picked a half-day event. It defaults to a start time of 9 AM, but you can change that by editing the start time. So you could make it an afternoon or even an evening event if you wanted to. And there's also some default agenda items that you can move around just by hovering over these lines and dragging them, or you can also delete them. To be able to edit an item, you just click on the edit view. Just move myself for a second. And then in here, you can click edit, and you can see that you've, oops, not quite sure what happened there. Not letting me, might not let me edit that one for some reason. Let me try a different one. There we go. So in here, I can, that's a bit glitchy. It could be that because the software has literally just been released, there's a little bit of a glitch there, but I'm sure they'll get fixed soon. But basically you can go in and edit all the details, customize it, change the timings and add descriptions. You can also create new agenda items. So if you don't want to use the ones that are pre-formatted for you here, you can delete them, you can create new ones. So for example, I could say that I want to teach how to create a funnel page as part of my Mindmint workshop. In here, I can put a bit of a description. I can say, I think that's going to take me maybe 40 minutes. Add it, and then that is should ping up over here. Let's see, yeah, there we go, it's coming at the bottom, look. And then if I want to, I can move that to wherever I want it to be. You'll also see here that there's a lot of tools down in the right hand side. These are tools that are all taught in the KBB course. You get great detail on what each one of them are, and what's absolutely fantastic is that as a Knowledge Broker business student, you have permission to use the tools in the course for your own workshops. So that's really valuable information there and tools that you can use to make your workshops go fantastically. So that's how you create your agenda. You can also print an event flyer here and worksheets. So for any of the tools that you've added from here, if you say send my worksheets, you can email yourself or to other people the worksheets that they're going to need for the tools that they're going to be doing during your event. Moving on, we will go to funnel. Now this is one of the biggest changes in the Mindmint 2.0 software. I'm quite excited to see everything that has been improved and enhanced here. So previously in the funnel section, there was a template, there was 3 template pages that you worked together kind of 4, but essentially 3, which was an offer page, an order page and a thank you page, or alternatively there was an application page, an order page, I think it was, yeah, an application, an offer page, an application page and a thank you page. And it was very limited in terms of the structure of those pages. You could go in and click the pages to change elements on them, but you couldn't really edit it much. Now there's a lot more flexibility. So I'm going to click on here and straight off you can see that now I have the option to build my own funnel or use a funnel bundle. Funnel bundle is a bit more pre-prepared for you, so it's a bit of an easier starting point. Build your own funnel allows you a bit more flexibility, so you can put individual pages in sequence as per your liking. So let's have a quick look at funnel bundle. So in here you can see there's 2 options. This is what I was just mentioning earlier. You've got landing, order and confirmation page as one of the bundles, or landing, application and confirmation page as the other. So if I just pop in here, what's new now is rather than just having one template bundle to use, which I think was this first one here, there's now a choice of 5 with different colours, different layouts, some more feminine, some more masculine. So there's different options there. Yeah, so funnel builder, build your own funnel. There we go. Right, build your own bundle brings you to this side selection page, and you can see you've got options to individually create landing pages, order pages, application pages and confirmation pages. So it's similar to the bundle that I just showed you before, but this time you have the flexibility to pick and choose what you want. And so say you might just want a landing page, well, I guess you wouldn't just want a landing page and a confirmation page, but maybe an order page and a confirmation page, for example, instead of all 3. You've got more flexibility. So if I pop into landing page here, then you've got a bit more choice again. You've got Mindmint templates, which you can choose from, or you've got a blank page that you can choose from, which gives you ultimate flexibility, although you do kind of need to know what you're doing and have a bit of skill in terms of being able to use the software and understanding what a good funnel page should look like, because it literally is, I'll show you in a minute, it literally is a blank page to start from. So let's just have a look at the Mindmint templates. So in here you can see again we've got 5 templates. Now I think these the actual templates are similar, so it's the same designs as the ones we just saw in the bundles, except this time you can select them individually. So you can select individual landing pages, individual order pages and so forth. So I'm just going to click into one of them to give you an example. So I've selected number 3. When you do that, it's going to pop up in your list here. I can either preview the site, see what it looks like now, or I can jump straight in to edit it. So I'm going to go into edit it. Move myself over here again. Down here. Right, so this one here you can see the template is introducing a new salsa dancing training, how to become a great salsa dancer even if you're new to dancing and so forth. So it's got certain elements on this page that you can click in to edit, you can also then add more customization to this page. So for example, to edit, all you need to do is click on the element that you want to edit, and let's see, you can change over here things like the font family, the font size, and so forth. Just trying to see how I can actually change the text, because I haven't actually been in here to do this yet. Let's see. You just double click. There we go, that's simple. So instead you could say introducing a new Mindmint Software workshop, for example. Okay. And then it's probably a good idea to save fairly periodically. That's just my rule of thumb for any sort of software. And again here, so here where the red headline is, I can come in and change this. So how to create funnel pages that convert for your events using the Mindmint. Just for your events, I think. Okay, click out of there. See, that's gotten rid of the font that was previously selected, but you can see here I can select bold, italics, underline, strike through from there, or if I want to, I can change the font color here. So I'm just going to highlight that text and see if, I'm not quite sure why that's not doing it right now. Well, that worked. Yeah, for some reason the color selection seems to have been a bit off. Let's choose a different color and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, there we go, that's done it. Okay, so as you can see, you can just click in, same for images, you can click in and change the image. There should be somewhere here, let's double click, there you go. You can drop files there to add an image. The videos, if I double click there, let's see, somewhere I suspect there will be the option to update, there we go, video ID, so you can put the ID of your YouTube video in there. You've got your provider there saying it's YouTube, so you just put the ID in and it's going to pull it in for you, and you've got some customizable controls there. So fundamentally, that is how you edit the page. You can also add extra things to the page if it's not quite got enough for you. So you've got up the top here, elements and layers. Then if I come to elements, you can see that there's plenty of different options to choose from. So say for example, I decided that I wanted to add a countdown. All I need to do is click that and drag it to where I want to place it on the page. I'm going to drop it there, and you can see it's placed a countdown. And in there, if I now double click, I can put in here the details for how I want the countdown to start off. So that's one example of adding. Oh, I've just deleted that one thing rather than the whole thing. Here we go, just delete that row, I think. Okay, so in terms of the kinds of elements that there are, just pop back in here. So you can have text boxes, you can add a link, video, image, like you've already seen examples of here, a navigation bar, the countdown, bullets, dividers. And this is where the sections are. Sorry, that's what I was thinking was under layers. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. So this is where you can add columns. So say you wanted to separate your page into 3, you'd pick 3 columns and so forth there. And you've also got these options here, so order form and application form as blocks, which I haven't actually played around with yet. So that's how you edit the page. I'm just going to click save and use the back button here to come out. Oh, before I do, I'll just show you that you can view what it looks like in different formats. So I think that one looks like it might be maybe it's either tablet portrait or yeah, that one's mobile, I think. So yeah, that one looks like it might be tablet portrait, and that's desktop, obviously. That's good for testing to make sure that everything looks how you want it to. So let's just quickly pop back in, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like if you go for a blank page. So I'm going in under landing page again. I'm going to select blank page. There we go. I can edit the site here. And you can see it really is a blank screen. You absolutely have to start from scratch with this, but you do have those same options that I was just showing you on the previous page, where you can just slowly start to add your building blocks. So you may want to start, for example, with some text at the top for a title, then an image. Okay, I don't actually want to add an image right now. I don't have one to hand to add, but an image, and then you might want, I don't know, a divider. You can just play around with this until you get it how you want it, and maybe some more text, and maybe a call to action button. So you've got options, and in all of these cases, if you want to center it, you can just click on it and select that in the right hand side. So you can see there that it's great that you've got the flexibility in the blank page to really customize and make the page what you want it to be, but it is going to take you longer because you really are starting from scratch. I'm going to come out of here. I don't really need to save that. So you would either select the funnel bundle or individual funnel pages and build up the transition that you want for your event or your group, your community. And so typically you'd have, I think I've already mentioned, a landing page, an order page, and a confirmation page, for example. So you'd see the three of them here. You can preview each of them. And once you're happy that all of them are just how you want them, then you can actually set the funnel so that it is live and talking to the other pages, because it's important that when you've got the 3 pages, the buttons that transition you from one to the next, for example, from the landing page to the order page, so it might say, yes, I'm interested, or yes, I want to buy now. That would take you to the order page, which will take payment details and customer information. And then when that clicks go, that needs to make sure that it takes you on to the confirmation page. So that's a very quick overview of how the funnel side of it works. That's probably the most in-depth section of the site now, I would say. And then if we move on to integrations, which is the final thing for me to show you, in here you can connect things. So here you can see the Zapier. I haven't actually used Zapier or connected it, but it looks like you can connect it so that you can integrate your event and attendee data to any CMS. I've got a feeling it might also allow you to connect up to a mailer service. For example, I use ConvertKit, so I've got a feeling you can do that through Zapier. And that is pretty much it. So once you've done all of that, you'll have your website that you can send people to, which has all of your information about your event, the ability to take payment. You can connect it up so that it talks to your own CMS if you want to, but that's not essential because your people are going to show up under your attendee area here as you make sales. And of course, you can use your agenda at the event to make sure that you're organized and everything stays on track. And I think that's pretty much everything to show you for the Mindmint software. So I'm going to stop my screen share and come back to you. I hope you found that interesting. It's been a very quick run through, a very quick overview, especially with the funnel section. That is quite a lot more involved, as you could probably tell, and I myself am still just getting to know it and starting to have a play with it. If you're interested in the Knowledge Broker Blueprint, then I am an affiliate partner. And at the moment, there is actually a launch running for the 2.0 new software and new course. If you're interested in finding out more information, just send me a message, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, no strings attached. I just love talking about it, basically. And if you do decide that it's right for you and you're going to invest, and I've got a fantastic bundle set that I can offer you. It's just over $2,000 in value of specially formulated workshops and trainings and help for you to be able to work through the course efficiently and with a lot of support from me and the community that I've put together to help you and work through your problems. I'm very much about being hands-on and getting the actual implementation side of it done. So it's not just about doing the course and learning all the great stuff. It's about actually putting it into action at the end of it and creating your event and making sure that you get results from it. So that's what I'm all about and what I would love to help you with. If you're interested, just let me know. Other than that, I really hope that you've enjoyed this Mindmint software review video rather, and if you did enjoy it, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and I will see you again in another video. Bye for now.